Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Shivangi. If you're seeing my face for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, and of course the bell notification button so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. Well, today's video is a rather special video because this has been requested so much in the last 2 weeks. A lot of you guys have been requesting me to film a video talking about my FIT expenditure and how much of a budget are you supposed to keep if you decide to go and study at the world's #1 fashion college, Fashion Institute of Technology, New York. And this video will give you everything that you need to know about your overall expense at FIT. So without wasting any time, let's quickly get started and start working on your budget for your international abroad career and your education there. Alright, so the first thing that you guys need to understand is that Fashion Institute of Technology New York offers a bunch of degree programs, and every degree program is special and unique in its own way, and hence the fee structure and the tuition is also different. So first we'll get started on all the classifications of the degree programs that are there, and then we'll get into the various budgets that you require for it. So FIT offers 2 associate's degree programs. One is the 1-year crash course and the second one is the 2-year associate's degree program. Both of them kind of have the same content. The 1-year program is basically a crash course of the 2-year program, which is a little more laid back. It consists of 4 semesters and the 1-year program consists of 2 semesters. Now talking about the bachelor program. So the bachelor's program is basically a 4-year degree program. So of course there'll be 8 semesters and you will be paying a tuition fee per semester. So whatever your tuition fee is for 1 semester, it will be multiplied by 8. If you've basically done a 1-year associate's degree, you're also eligible to straight up apply for the 3rd year at a BFA program, which is a bachelor's degree program, which is pretty great because this way you save on a lot of money and you also save on 1 entire year of education and still end up getting like a bachelor's degree. And I think that's a pretty cool activity that they have going on there. Talking about the last program is the graduate's degree program, which is basically for master's students. Now let's quickly dive into the breakdown of all the semesters and all the semester fees and how they differ. Fashion Institute of Technology is under the SUNY, which is State University of New York. So it's like a state-funded college. Hence, the fee structure is much lesser compared to any other private institutes like Parsons, Pratt, LIM, or any other fashion college basically in the US. And that's a big plus. But with it also comes another drawback. The fact that if you are a New York State resident, you get a very special treatment in terms of your fee structure. Your fee structure is much more subsidized than if you're out of state. And here, out of state can mean New Jersey or Florida, and it can also mean all the way to India. So for international students and out-of-state students, the fee structure remains the same, which I think is a bummer for people who live in the country and live in different states. But well, what can I say? Okay, you guys, so I have my phone out here right in front of me and I'm going to talk to you about the basic fee structure. I'll be mentioning 2 fees here, so please be aware that the fee for undergraduate students, for graduate students, or for associate's degree students differ for New York State residents, and it also differs for students who are international or out of state. I'm making this video a generic video to benefit all kinds of students, not just Indian or international students, but also students who are in the US. Hopefully this video is going to reach out to more people and more people benefit from it. Now the associate's degree program, when it comes to New York State residents, per semester the fee is $2,595, whereas semester fee per semester for out of New York State or international students is $7,785 per semester. If you convert that into Indian currency, for in-state New York State residents, the fee structure is 1,77,757 rupees, whereas per semester fee for outstation or international students is 5,33,272 rupees. This is per semester cost, guys. Now talking about the 1-year associate's degree, the 1-year associate's degree will be 2 semesters, so we'll just quickly multiply it by 2. So for a 1-year associate's degree, New York State residents pay $5,190, whereas outstation or international students pay $15,570. If you convert that into Indian currency, for New York State residents, the fee structure is 3,55,515 rupees for a 1-year associate's degree, whereas for an international student or an out-of-state student, the fee structure is 10,66,545 rupees. Talking about the 2-year associate's degree, which consists of 4 semesters, here we will be multiplying the per semester cost by 4. Correct. So if you multiply it by 4, for New York State residents, the fee structure is $10,380, whereas for international students or out-of-state students, it is $31,140. When you convert that into Indian currency again, so 7,11,030 rupees is the fee structure if you are a New York State resident, and if you are an international student, the fee structure is 21,33,090 rupees. This is for the 2-year associate's degree, guys. For the undergraduate program or the bachelor's degree program, if you're studying for 4 years and not for 1-year associates and then 2 years, you'll have to do that math yourself. I'll not complicate all your lives. We will be simply calculating. A 4-year degree means 8 semesters. Per semester, if you are a New York State resident, you are paying $3,535, and if you're out of state or international, you're paying $10,697. If you convert that into 4 years, that comes around to $28,280 if you are a New York State resident. If you're an international student, it comes to $85,568. When you convert that into Indian currency, it comes to 19,37,180 rupees if you are a New York State resident, and if you are an international student or out of state, it comes to 58,61,408 rupees, which is a huge chunk of money, guys, if you're going for a 4 years bachelor's degree. Now, talking about the graduate's degree program, for the graduate's degree program, if you're paying as a New York State resident, you are paying $5,771 per semester, which loosely converts to 3,95,313 Indian rupees. However, if you're an international student or an out-of-state student, you are paying $11,793, which loosely converts to 8,07,820 rupees. Now, if you multiply that by 4, since this is a 2-year master's degree program and you will be studying there for 4 semesters, the total fee comes to $23,084 if you are a New York State resident, and if you are an international student, it comes to $47,172. If you convert this into Indian currency, it comes to 15,81,254 rupees if you are a New York State resident. If you're an international student or an out-of-state student, guys, again the fee comes to 32,31,282 rupees. This is basically all about the tuition fee that you will be paying. When we come to travel or your transportation, I am here just giving you a lump sum idea of your one-time travel from India to US and then coming back. So a one round trip would cost you anywhere between 60 to 80,000 rupees depending on when you book your flight tickets, and this is for the economy class flight tickets. Accommodation is very expensive in New York, and accommodation is also a very big chunk of your college fund. So let's quickly get into your accommodation costs. On an average, if you're staying out of campus, I've had a lot of friends in the past who were paying $500 to $900 per month, and that is advisable only once you get a hang of the city. For the first semester, I wouldn't personally recommend it, but if you want to go ahead and do it, you might as well. There are a lot of people who straight up live within the city or outside of the city, maybe in Queens, maybe in Brooklyn, maybe in Staten Island, basically anywhere which is cheap and helps them save on the rent. But as a student, if you decide to stay on campus, there are basically 4 halls or 4 dormitory options for you. One is Kaufman, one is co-ed, one is alumni, and one is Nagler. Depending on the room, on the number of people in your room, depending on if your room has a bathroom and a kitchen attached or not, depending on all those factors, your fee structure, your cost varies. But on an average, it comes to somewhere around $5,000 to $6,000 per semester, which is loosely $1,000 per semester if you think about it, because you're basically spending 5 months of one semester there, and then you come back to your home country, or you take a vacation or take a break and then resume classes, which is another 5 months. So that's approximately how much you would be spending on accommodation. So meals are a very crucial part. Your food is a very crucial part of your total college expense. We often fail to acknowledge the fact that paise bahut sare jate hain khane mein. You spend a lot of money on food, much more than you actually realize. And talking about the fooding which is offered by FIT or the dormitories, the meal plans are offered, but it is subjective if you want to take them or not. Of course, if you're in one of the traditional style rooms like the Nagler rooms or like the co-ed traditional rooms, you would have to mandatorily take like a meal plan because you don't have access to a kitchen. But if you do have access to a kitchen, if you've taken like a Kaufman or an alumni or a co-ed with like triple sharing or something of that sort, you are eligible for kind of not taking the meal plans. But generally a 9 meal plan costs somewhere around $1,130, and like a 19 meal plan costs somewhere around $2,397, which is a huge chunk of money, guys. But that is how much food costs in New York. If you're a vegetarian, I would personally recommend just get your own food and cook. But of course, the first semester it's always easier if you live on campus, if you take a 9 meal plan at least, so that once you figure out the city, once you figure out places around, you can kind of go explore and cook for yourself or eat out. But still, generally speaking, I would still suggest keep a $10 to $20 budget for every day of food expenditure. So if you're staying there for about 5 months every semester, which is close to 150 days, you will be spending somewhere around $1,500 to $3,000 on food every semester. Couple of other expenses that you might want to consider. Your transportation every semester might cost somewhere around $500 to $600 depending on if you're taking a subway card or if you're traveling by taxis. New York is a city for walkers. New Yorkers walk everywhere. The entire city is divided in like a grid. It's very convenient to walk around. Of course, you cannot walk around once the winter starts coming in, and once the snow starts coming in, it's not practically possible to walk every day. But even if you're taking like a subway, and if you've taken like a subway card, like a metro card, or if you're traveling by taxis, this is an average and this is like the upper limit. I don't think you should be spending more than this on transportation. Mobile phones, what people fail to acknowledge, is another big expense. So whether it's T-Mobile or it is AT&T or any other network providers, you will be spending like $50 to $100 easily. And of course, if you're taking a calling card so that you can talk to your home country, now you don't really need that. Back in the day you did need it. Now you don't really need it because everybody has WhatsApp and WhatsApp calls and Facebook, and Instagram has video calls and all of that, so you don't really need to invest in one of those calling cards. But still, it costs about, it depends actually on which network provider you're going with, but it costs approximately $30 at the least if you're going for a really cheap service provider. If you're going for somebody like an AT&T, it will be slightly more expensive, $60-$70. So keep a budget of that accordingly, and per semester I think you'll be spending a good $400-$500 on your mobile expense. Other miscellaneous expenses could be your stationery, your books, your fabrics. Depending on which department you've actually taken up, you might have these expenses which could be recurring or could also be like a one-time expenditure. Say for example, investing in a good laptop could be like a one-time expense. Kind of investing in a good camera, if you're a photography major, might be a good investment, but it'll be like a one-time expense again. But things like fabric, like stationery, like books, all of these things have like a recurring cost. So this also, per semester you would be spending a good $1,500 to $2,000 because books there are really expensive, and some professors want you to kind of buy certain books which cost like $80-$100, and also the fabric is really expensive there, like 200 rupees per meter sequin here in India, which you get like in any local market. They sell it there at B&J and Mood for about $100-$200. So it's crazy. I would personally suggest carry some fabrics with you, fabrics that you personally like, so that you don't waste a lot of money on it. Also, muslin is really expensive. Like for a yard you're paying about $4 to $5, which is crazy because here in India you're paying like 40 rupees for a meter. A yard is actually 90 centimeters and a meter is 100 centimeters. So that's the kind of difference. Of course, international education will be expensive. It will not be cheap, but it also gives you a lot of edge, and for students who can afford it, this might be a good idea. And when you talk about scholarships, FIT honestly doesn't have any scholarships for international students. They do have financial aid, but those are available only to students who are, you know, a part of America, who are US citizens, who are New York state residents and all of that. For international students, they really don't have any scholarships. And when you kind of tally the kind of fee structure and tuition that they are offering in comparison to any other private institute, whether it is Savannah College of Art and Design, whether it is Pratt, whether it is Parsons, whether it is LIM, all these colleges are so much more expensive than FIT. The prices are almost twice, thrice, and that is why, because they're giving best education at subsidized price, so they don't really offer scholarships. There might be options where you can participate in competitions while you're in college, and if you win the competition, you might win like $5,000, $4,000, $2,000, depending on the year you're going there in and the kind of competitions that have come up. But there's nothing else that I honestly know about scholarships. You can apply for scholarships otherwise, which maybe I will post a video on very, very soon, on how to get scholarships in international institutions while if you're an international student, if you're from India. And yeah, that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope this video benefited you. If it did, make sure you share it with 10 other people so that other people who are interested in the field, who want to pursue fashion, benefit from this video. And I'm going to see you guys really, really soon. Bye.